Good evening, everyone. It's my pleasure to welcome you to the Fir Ridge 2019 graduation ceremony. As we're ready to begin our commencement exercises, I will now ask the graduating class of 2019 to enter and take their seats. Our assistant principal, Les Womack, to introduce our next piece of our program. Please give him a huge round of applause.
Thank you. Well, good evening, everyone. How are you? It's great to see you all. At this time, I would like to invite one of our students with plans of serving in the U.S. military to lead us in the flag salute. He's a great young man with a tremendous future ahead of him. So please welcome Senior Fernando Funes Movea.
Please stand or remain respectfully seated. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Tonight's program, one more clap. Tonight's program includes remarks from our superintendent, student speeches, awards, scholarships, and of course the presentation of our graduates. So without further ado, let's begin with a few words from our superintendent, Mr. Ken Richardson.
Thank you very much, Amy. I feel like that you really focused on a few words. I don't know, a few words? Okay, so I'll be brief. First, I know she said one more round of applause, but looking out at these students, I think they deserve one more round of applause. You guys truly look amazing, and I can tell you I'm very excited to be here. It's always humbling to get this opportunity and privilege, and seeing each of you inspires me to continue to do what I do, and I have children as well, and it just gives me hope, ultimately. When I look out and I see strong communicators, I see passion, I see individuals that are going to be leaders, good neighbors, whatever field, whatever area you go, I see success here, and I'm very excited for tonight. I'm excited for this celebration, and I look forward to, in a few minutes, you getting to walk across the stage and get that diploma. So once again, good evening and welcome to our 2019 Fir Ridge Graduation Ceremony. My remarks are brief, but before I get started, I want to recognize some very special individuals. Our school district, like all school districts in the state of Oregon, are run by elected volunteers, and they are all community members in our district. In fact, our board, who helps lead our district, were responsible for building Fir Ridge and acquiring the property and going through that process to see a vision and to see a future where an alternative high school should have its own building, its own campus, its own identity. So with that said, I hope you'll join me in recognizing our board members who are in attendance tonight. And I'm going to look over here because we're all sitting here. I'm going to start on this end and introduce board member Christine Larson. I'm going to introduce board member Kyle Riggs. I'm going to introduce board member Stephanie Stevens. Board member, and I think proud parent tonight, but Donna Barber. And finally our board chair, Frida Christopher. Thank you all for your leadership and your service. To the parents, guardians, and family members of our graduates, thank you for sharing your children with the David Douglas School District. Together, we have helped shape and mold tomorrow's leaders. I'm excited for the future that you will bring. To our faculty and administration, your care, amazing instruction, high expectations, and belief in every student has an unlimited capacity to learn has made a difference, and the proof sits before us tonight. To our graduates, the most important people in the room this evening, I hope that each of you takes the opportunity to thank your parents, other family members, and teachers who have supported you up to this point in your lives. I would also like to thank you for your leadership and all you've done to give back to the district. I recognize many of you because I get the privilege of visiting Fir Ridge on a regular basis, and I can tell you without a doubt, every time I get the opportunity to sit down with Principal Straw, she communicates all of your successes and how hard you worked this year. So you've truly earned it. Which gets me to my last statement. Whether you will be doing whatever you will be doing or wherever you are going, whether you will be attending a university, community college, serving in the military, joining the world of work, or any other option, please know you have the skills necessary to succeed. Whatever your next steps are, each and every one of you has worked hard to be here today, and you should be proud of your accomplishments. Your work has resulted in earning your high school diploma and preparing you for your next steps. No one can ever take this away from you. My ask is that you remember that you will forever be part of the David Douglas family. Please look for ways to give back. Look for those who are coming up behind you to support them, to get them to this place as well. And of course, always pay it forward. And now the statement I look forward to saying every year: parents, guardians, family members, and friends, it is my pleasure to certify that these graduates have met the requirements set forth by the David Douglas School District Board of Directors and the State Board of Education. Congratulations, graduates, and thank you.
Thank you, Kim. So at this time, I'd like to invite our student speakers up to the stage. Tonight, we're going to hear from 3 student speakers. These students have unique and inspiring stories, and I'm confident you will be moved as they speak about their academic and personal journeys. So coming up, you 3. I'm thrilled to introduce our first speaker. Please welcome Tracy Alvarado Salcedo.
Growing up, I never thought I would be alive to see the day that I graduated, and now here I am graduating on time. That still seems insane to say. When I say I never pictured myself graduating, I say that because throughout my 4 years as a high schooler, I really went through some tough times. From losing my uncles to realizing that my Uncle Santana, who was more like my dad, had stage 3 cancer, to moving to Mexico for 6 months in the middle of my sophomore year, to having to appeal my dad's immigration case, to losing more homies. It seemed like at times everything was so overbearing and all I wanted was some peace of mind. I was mad at the world and I did not want to be a part of it anymore. As an 8th grader, I began hanging around with the wrong crowd and quickly started to fall behind in school. Basically, I started off my freshman year in a bad state of mind and with zero motivation. I began to skip school and a domino effect started. I got into an altercation for which I ended up getting suspended for 14 days only to eventually be expelled. It took forever to transfer me to Fir Ridge, so I was out of school for almost 3 months. After my vacation from school, I came to Fir Ridge and was just done with the school, with adults, and with authority. After being taken out of school for so long and being put on probation, I was halfway through my freshman year with 0.5 credits and still zero motivation. I felt like every adult was against me and judging me. I was another statistic of a minority teenager in the system, already failing school. And honestly, I felt like the school system had failed me as much as I had failed it. When I enrolled into Fir Ridge, I slowly began to realize that this was more than a school. It was a close-knit community. I had never been to a school where I literally felt my teachers care for me and get to know me. Not many people get to come to Fir Ridge as a freshman, but I was lucky enough to be one of the few exceptions. I no longer felt like I got lost in the crowd. I had actual relationships with each and every one of my teachers. Relationships that I will cherish forever. From my PE teacher, Mai, telling me good job literally daily, even though everyone knows I'm not an athlete, to my math teacher, Joey, for taking the time to see how his students are daily with Circle Up, to Harris telling me I've been here for so long, I could be a teacher. These teachers have all impacted my education in tremendous ways, and I cannot be more grateful. Another thing that changed once I got to Fir Ridge was my genuine interest in my classes. My honors forensic science class was by far one of the best, most interesting and engaging classes I've had all 4 years of high school. Tara challenged me to get here on time every day and made me hungry to learn about the subject, even though it was hella early. During my time at Fir Ridge, I got a tremendous amount of support from all the staff. I have never felt so comfortable with one of my principals. Amy has been a true blessing to not only the school, but to me as a student. She's made my time at Fir Ridge so much more comforting and honestly so much less stressful than what I imagined high school would be. Class of 2019, this is it. A chapter in our life is closing, but we begin a new one as of today. I never thought I'd say I missed school because I honestly always had a hard time getting here. But now I realize I will miss walking into those doors every morning. A math teacher once told me school is the one place you get to have all these social interactions at a time. And it's crazy to say I will actually miss being around all the diverse individuals at Fir Ridge campus. Last but not least, I would like to thank my mom. My mom has been my rock, and I would be lost without her. I usually have a very hard time expressing my feelings, but today I'd like to thank my mom not only for giving me my life, but also for giving me the love, support, and motivation to not end it. I did this for you, and thanks to you, Mom. Our next speaker is Chantel Voss.
I'm a teen mother statistic, that next generation that didn't break the cycle. I'm a statistic who contributes to poverty, and I'm a statistic of a should-be high school dropout. If I could read to you the book of my life, you'd be surprised I'm still here too. Despite my reality of an unprotected home life, I always felt like school was my safe place. In the face of struggle, teen pregnancy, and absent parents, I never lost focus on my future. My struggles have only made me fight for the life I never had, not only for myself, but for my son. I refuse to let the temporary hard times fester through my future. I believe strongly in education. I am passionate about living a purposeful, knowledgeable, enlightened, and unquestionable life. Furthermore, I want to own organizations all over the world, predominantly in low-income areas, focused on immigrants, refugees, and a safe place for kids who don't have one. On the path to purpose, I have found that my purpose for this life could not only be to benefit me, but to benefit others as well. To live a truly fulfilled life, I want to leave no surface untouched and thoroughly understand what the meaning of life is. With this one life I have, I choose to speak for the silence and make a difference that will last lifetimes. As the old proverb says, a candle loses nothing by lighting another candle. Although I had little guidance from my parents, I have aunts, uncles, and cousins who have filled the gap and have been my biggest supporters. Here at Fir Ridge, my second home, I want to give a special thanks to Katie, my school counselor. There is no way I would be graduating without her extra push. She has not only helped me graduate, she has been the best listening ear in times when I needed it most. Lastly, Dad. Even though you failed me in ways, your constant push on the importance of education has impacted me greatly. So yes, I'm a statistic. I'm a statistic of a junior graduate, a statistic of someone who did break the cycle, a statistic of someone who is better than my examples, and a statistic who will make change. So, class of 2019, let's walk the path of purpose hand in hand together, and always remember that the purpose of life is a life of purpose. The next speaker is Sunny Nolan.
When I was growing up, I never thought this day would come. I would look around and see people I knew abandoning their dreams, dropping out, and figured that someday that would be my fate. The odds were never with me. Before coming to Fir Ridge, I figured I would end up another domino in a line of poverty, another dropout in a sea of unemployment. I didn't expect to live past 30. Most days I didn't want to live past 30. I was failing my classes, getting into fights, and dealing with debilitating chronic pain. I hated being at home. I hated being at school. I was living in my life by every angsty teenage movie script ever written. This year, a traumatic family event occurred. I saw a loved one act destructive behavior, and it was a wake-up call. I could see that I could follow in their footsteps. I was, and still am, scared that it was a possibility. I didn't see how things could get better, so I fight the inevitable. Then, on November 13th, 2017, I began attending Fir Ridge. The change was immediate. I had straight A's for the first time in my life. I was no longer having panic attacks in the corridors. I wasn't zoning out in class anymore. The teachers made an effort to work with you instead of against you, and I was actually beginning to understand that. I was able to work at my own pace and no longer felt that I would be seen as dumb or unintelligent for asking a question. Often, schools will tell you to do something without explaining the purpose behind it, so most of what you do just seems like monotonous busy work. Here, teachers teach us how warm-ups help by activating your schema, or how writing down what you've learned makes you better remember it. Personally, being told why we're doing something really helps me stay on track. It helps me better focus, and I don't drift away from the assignment to go off and do my own thing in a few minutes. This is a huge difference from even a year ago when I would fail classes purely because I was too distracted by the book I had cleverly and not at all obviously hidden beneath my desk. I began to actually care about whether I would succeed in life. I got assignments done early, took extra classes, and did everything in my power to get back on track. I had a new goal. I wanted to complete high school early. When I came to Fir Ridge, I was expecting things to get a little better. It was a smaller school, so I was excited at the prospect of a less overwhelming environment. This school has gone above and beyond my expectations. You Because of the opportunities I had here and all of the people who supported me on this journey, I am now graduating at 16 years old. Fir Ridge made me want to succeed, and I intend to do just that. I have been accepted to Mount Hood Community College, where I will get my general education before transferring to a university and getting my bachelor's in computer science and animation. I want to use film and other artistic mediums to spread awareness about causes I feel are important. Those of you who know me will be unsurprised to find that many revolve around social justice. I want to write graphic novels that convey message towards the same sort of dialogue, and I want to incorporate pieces of my story into them. Most of all, I want whatever I do to make a difference. Even if that difference is small, even if it's just one person, I would like to do my part to help this world. I now know that it is possible. Possible to do the things I want to do in life, possible to be successful, and most of all, possible to be happy. I am still an angry child, and I honestly don't know if that part of me will ever fully leave my person. I am still growing and I am still improving. But despite the challenges of my past, despite the challenges of my present and future, I am still standing, and I promise I will continue to stand until I am satisfied with myself and satisfied with all I choose to surround myself with. I am proud of myself for making it this far, and I am proud of everyone else here for doing the same. We never gave up, even when it felt like the easiest option. We persevered, and I know that we can continue to do this if only we remember one thing. We deserve to do well in this world.
Good job, brother.
Can we give one more round of applause for our three speakers? At this time, it's an annual tradition to commemorate the past school year with the senior reflection video. As always, it was created by our art teacher, Michelle Colbert. Please turn your attention to the screen as we reflect on our graduates' last year of high school.
It's been a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way from where we began. Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. When I see you again.
Damn, who knew? All the planes we flew, good things we've been through. That I'll be standing right here talking to you about another path. I know we love to hit the road and laugh, but something told me that it wouldn't last. Had to switch up, look at things different, see the bigger picture. Those were the days, hard work forever pays. Now I see you in a better place. How can we not talk about family when family's all that we got? Everything I went through, you were standing there by my side, and now you gon' be with me for the last ride.
It's been a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way from where we began. Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. When I see you again.
First you both go out your way and the vibe is feeling strong. And what's small turn to a friendship turn to a bond. And that bond will never be broken, the love will never get lost. And when brotherhood come first, then the line will never be crossed. Established it on our own when that line had to be drawn. And that line is what we reach, so remember me when I'm gone. How can we not talk about family when family's all that we got? Everything I went through, you were standing there by my side, and now you gon' be with me for the last ride.
Let the light guide your way. Yeah. Hold every memory as you go, and every road you take will always lead you home. Oh, it's been a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way from where we began. Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. When I see you again.
One more round of applause for Ms. Colbert who made that. That was fantastic. So I wanted to recognize some students right now. Many of you have noticed we have some students wearing some cords around their neck. Well, the silver cord is our honor roll cord. This represents students who have been on honor roll, which is a 3.0 GPA or higher, 2 or more times this year. So if you are wearing the silver cord, please stand up. And then we have our gold cord, which is our trifecta cord. The trifecta is passing all of your classes, no discipline referrals, and 90% attendance. They've done that 2 or more times this year during our grading period. If you're wearing a gold cord, please stand up. Awesome. We also have some juniors who are graduating tonight. If you are a junior, please stand up. And then throughout the year, we had seniors graduating early. If you graduated early this year, please stand up. Great job. So I wanted to say a few words about our counselors and how much we appreciate their hard work and dedication. Our counselors help students navigate credit requirements and classes. They support students through personal challenges. They perform conflict resolutions. They help students plan for college and apply for scholarships. Our counselors set up summer school. They take on many other responsibilities at Fir Ridge. They do all of this with grace, dedication, and a caring spirit for each and every one of our students. So please give a huge round of applause to our amazing counselors, Katie Amos and Sonia Barker.
Katie and I are so proud of each and every graduate, and we're thrilled to present the following scholarship awards. First, we'd like to recognize our Future Connect scholars. Future Connect aims to eliminate barriers to attending and completing college for first-generation students through ongoing financial support, career guidance, and personalized advising. In our view, this is one of the best scholarship programs offered in this region that sets students up for success for years to come. This year, 1,200 students in our region applied for the scholarship and 400 were awarded. 3 Fir Ridge students are Future Connect scholars this year. I'd like to ask each of them to stand and be recognized. Vanessa Alonso Sierra. Dasani Carroll. And Chantel Bass. Good evening, everyone. For the first time in Fir Ridge's almost 20-year history, we have an Act 6 scholarship recipient. Act 6 is Oregon's only full tuition, full need community scholarship, so as you can imagine, it's extremely competitive. Just 14 of Portland's most promising leaders are chosen for this distinguished honor. Along with the financial benefit of the scholarship, it's a leadership development program that brings together a diverse group of young leaders who want to make a difference in their community. We are honored to have one of this year's Act 6 scholars. She is so deserving of this opportunity. Congratulations to Alethea St. Hilaire. Come up here. And now I'd like to ask Frida Christopher to come on up.
It's always a pleasure to be up here at Fir Ridge to hand out some scholarships. Besides serving our community on the David Douglas School Board, I'm also treasurer of the David Douglas Educational Foundation, which has given out well over $100,000 worth of scholarships over the years. And I have 2 different scholarships to get in tonight. One, the recipient could not be with us this evening, but I did want to recognize Asher Gray Smith, who is the recipient of the Moore Parker Scholarship for $500. The other scholarship is directly from the David Douglas Educational Foundation. Many years ago, before Fir Ridge was built, Ken mentioned it, I happened to be around when it was built. The alternative school met the old church where Ron Russell Middle School stands. And we gave out our first scholarship way back then.
and I don't think there was more than 12 graduates in that class. So over the years, it's been wonderful to see the growth in the graduating class. And this year, the recipient of the David Douglas Educational Foundation Scholarship for $1,500 is Chantel Moss.
I want to introduce John Flowery from the David Douglas Dads Club.
Well, congratulations, graduates and families. I know this is a wonderful occasion for both the students and the families. David Douglas Dads Club has been around for well over 50 years. We've started our partnership with Fir Ridge here about 4 years ago with the scholarship program. And we'd love to give out more than just the 1 year. And so if there's anybody willing to volunteer this summer for a major fundraiser at a fireworks stand, we'd really appreciate it. But it's really a privilege here. The winner of our $500 scholarship this evening is Chantel Moss.
We now have the privilege to present the 2019 Graduate Awards. Each year, the entire Fir Ridge faculty recognizes graduates that stand out in the following ways: personal growth, citizenship, leadership, and student of the year.
These are always incredibly difficult decisions to make, and this year was no different. Teachers and staff wrestled with who to give each of these awards, oftentimes nominating multiple people in each category. Each and every one of you has worked very hard and overcome many barriers to be where you're at tonight. You should all be very proud of yourselves. We are honored to present the following awards. Students, if your name is called, please come up to accept your award.
Our first award is for personal growth. This award goes to students who have demonstrated improvement in one or more of the following areas: academics, attendance, social emotional, behavior, or attitude. Our first personal growth award recipient came to Fir Ridge early in his sophomore year during the fall of 2016. While he's always been wicked smart and incredibly capable, he struggled academically as he faced significant personal challenges. While many of us at Fir Ridge saw the potential in him to succeed, we couldn't help but be concerned that a series of life obstacles might prevent him from rising to the occasion. The beginning of this year was an especially rocky start for the student, but starting in mid-November, we began to see him find sure footing and not only succeed, but absolutely thrive. Teachers have described him as a delight, intrinsically motivated, self-disciplined, secure in who he is as a person, that he asks the right questions, takes risks, uses an authentic voice, can rise above the drama, and that he was the highest performing honors forensic student at Fir Ridge this year. One teacher said, quote, "He helps other students without hesitation. He thinks through his actions and gives himself time to reply to difficult situations. He doesn't take joy in others' misery or laugh at others. Most of all, he assumed responsibility and took on independence to reach his goal of graduating. He has real tenacity and came back until he got the job done." That's choosing a pretty successful path. In thinking about this student, I am reminded of a quote by author Marianne Williamson, who wrote, "Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us." It has been a joy to watch this student emerge from the darkness this year and to now see him shining so bright. I'm so proud to present this award to Gabriel Smirnoff. 2 personal growth awards this year. Our second award recipient arrived to Fir Ridge in February of 2016 as a freshman with a big presence. Freshmen are a rare gift at Fir Ridge, and this student pushed us all to learn and grow alongside him. Here's what one teacher had to say. Even then, he towered over me and had some serious voice volume in our tiny classroom. But the very first day, I asked him to sit in front of class and saw what he was made of. He simply did as I asked. He asked questions, he did his work, he spoke politely, and he was kind to me, and vice versa. He had some rough times, but he learned to have a more open mind and deal with the things that stress him in a more positive way. He has supported me when other students have voiced preconceived ideas about who I am as a teacher. He didn't have to speak up for me, but he did. Overall, he taught me as much as I taught him, and I am a better teacher for it. Another teacher said, "This student is big-hearted, big-thinking, and big-feeling. He cares, he pays attention, he'll call you out. The child that lived in that tall freshman stature has become a more balanced and positive young man. Still tall in stature, of course, but changed. He walks with confidence and feels with a more balanced mind and heart." It is my honor to give this personal growth award to Delaste Davis.
In a world where many people loudly demand to be seen as and deferred to as leaders, it takes a quiet courage to show up every single day and do your absolute best to be a loving and reliable friend, a citizen. It takes even more courage to show up positively for your fellow citizens when you are different. Maybe it's hard for you to pay attention in class. Maybe you try very hard to write essays like you're supposed to, but your brain won't let you, so you write songs instead. But you do things like show up for guitar club and each and every week because your friends are counting on you. And you sing at the annual holiday meal and Fir Ridge Showcase to show everyone at your school you trust them with the thing you love best, your songs. And you write new songs for your friends who are sad and stressed to share a little of your life with them. Andrew, Mongoose Rider Austin. You are one of the finest citizens that Fir Ridge has ever known. And now it is time to sing your songs and share your light with the whole entire world. Sorry, next up with the Leadership Award is Bobby Blue.
Congratulations, graduates! Our next award goes to the student who best demonstrates outstanding leadership. Leaders are intrinsically motivated, they initiate projects on their own, and are looked up by students and staff. Science teacher Jill Morella found herself impressed with the student when she met her first on a field trip. Jill stated, "This student went out of her way to introduce herself and get to know me. That's one good skill good leaders have. Get to know those around them. Make them feel valuable, and then act as good role models." Another teacher, Michelle Yay Art Colbert, describes the student as someone whose positive attitude and caring demeanor shine through in everything that she does. Michelle continued by adding, "She has the heart of a humanitarian and is a leader amongst her peers and is an example of how to not only survive, but thrive through adversity." I couldn't agree more with Jill and Michelle. Successful leaders inspire others to reach their full potential. They're confident and compassionate. A good leader is competent. It knows when to reach out for support. A good leader is productive, but knows how to balance responsibilities. A A good leader can show up for others even when they're persevering through personal challenges. This student exhibits all of these traits and many more. It has been a privilege getting to know her and work closely together all year long. Like Jill, I only wish I'd met her sooner. Let me tell you all, this girl is on fire! It's an honor to present this year's Leadership Award to the delightful and multi-talented Miss Kayla Williams.
Our final award is for Student of the Year. The criteria for this award are a GPA of 3.0 or higher, 90% or higher attendance, involvement in extracurricular activities, and being a positive leader. This year's Student of the Year has been a Fir Ridge superstar since she started in November of 2017. She is graduating with a 3.6 GPA, the highest in the graduating class. She took every single honors class that we offer at Fir Ridge, participated in book club, Camp Phoenix, Chrysalis, the Showcase, and basically any extracurricular activity we threw her way. She won the Trifecta Award and made honor roll every term this year. All this while also participating in the Hugh O'Brien Youth Leadership Seminar for the past 2 years. She's also worked for Portland Parks and Rec Grant Program for 2 consecutive summers. And while all these honors and activities are impressive, what really makes this student so deserving of this award is her character. Teachers describe her as intelligent, a deep thinker, hardworking, creative, thorough, curious, passionate, funny, unconventional, having intellectual grit, and leading with a quiet determination and grace. As one teacher put it, this student is like a fresh spring breeze after a choppy sea voyage. When she comes into the classroom, I let out the breath I didn't know I was holding. Here is a student that goes around, under, and over obstacles and keeps moving forward. Some students need so much, but she gives so much, often just with her presence. She never says an unkind word, or bullies, or pushes people around. She has strength and presence of mind. She is an old soul with unwavering determination to make the world a better place. It is my honor to award Sunny Milliman the 2018 Student of the Year.
Before we get to our graduates, I'd like to acknowledge 2 groups of people that helped these students get to where they're sitting right now. I'd like to take a moment to honor the outstanding staff of Fir Ridge, including teachers, support staff, and community partners. It indeed takes a village to make Fir Ridge a success, and we have a great team. So if you are a Fir Ridge staff employee or community member, can you please stand up? All of you in the audience. Our families, including step-parents, guardians, foster parents, grandparents, brothers, sisters, extended family members, mentors, and just friends. You've supported our graduates through their daily journey to this night, and you deserve special recognition. So can we give a big round of applause to everybody? To celebrate you, the class of 2019. Yeah. Or if you're Jediah, that's a murmur. Robert Frost's last line of his poem, The Road Not Taken, stated, 2 roads diverged into a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. In that poem, Frost creates a metaphor to describe how he'd once been forced to make an important decision about his future. He could have chosen an easy path and a simple straight line, but he did not. You get to choose the path that you want to take. And I wish I could say that that path through life will be easier after this. But you all know otherwise, that at times it's not going to be. The bigger question is how you're going to respond to the bumps on the path. Are you going to throw your hands up in the air? Are you going to give up? Are you going to walk away? Or are you going to take a deep breath, straighten your shoulders, and keep your head high and push forward? I know in my heart, when I look at you, you will continue to fight and work your way through the weeds. Just like you did to get here sitting in those seats. So many of you have overcome unbelievable odds just to get here today. And I am so honored to be your principal and to be standing up here and saying this. Hours of extra work, summer school, being parents, having a job, not having a job, not having a place to call home. Though it may have deterred you momentarily, it has not stopped you from achieving your high school diploma. Each one of you has a story, and that story leads to this moment right now, and you didn't give up. Similar to Frost, you began your transition to Fir Ridge, all at different points in your journey, but you are leading down the same path. You have completed an education that will serve as a platform that will be used to launch yourself into the future. Some of you will go straight on to college, others will go straight into the workforce. But each of you will travel your own path, and today you sit here on the precipice of your future. It's not a distant reality anymore. Graduates, you have done wonderful things at Fir Ridge. And you leave fond memories behind. Sorry, I lost my spot. It's now time for our graduates to receive their diplomas. And Mr. Richardson, school board members, Mr. Womack and Katie Amos, please join us to congratulate our graduates. Frank and Julie will be reading the names of all of our graduates. Both of these educators have served at Fir Ridge for many years. Please welcome both Frank and Julie.
Tyler Nathan Tenowen. Brittany Hopper. Tiana Jackson. Lindsay Davis. Dominique Sherby. Hannah Regine Perry. Isabella Calista Davis Fick. Caleb Stewart. Khadija Hassan Adan. Shaidian Johnson. Neilani Ramalan Kamachi.
Kelsey Dominguez. Marilena Quintero. Juan Perez. Vanessa Alonso Sierra. Kai Meyer. Aviana Luster-Byers. Lanovia Kennedy. Kayla Nana Williams. Catherine Seychelles. Dasani Carroll. Bailey Ramsey. Brittany Ramsey. Jesse Hill. Aiden Zimmer. Isaiah Ekman. Chantel Wass. Selena Sydney Mendoza Nicholas. Tracy Jacqueline Salceda Alvarado. Arlene Jasmine Garcia Aquino. Fernando Funes Covea.
Lee West. Jordan Lee Seagrave. Tariq Williams. Devontae Elijah Davis. Kevin Santos Cruz. Ezequiel Reyes. Gabriel Smirnoff. Ángel Guillermo Maldonado. Andre Salisbury. Newton. Darius Newton. Aaliyah Marie Yandel. Mohammed Hassan. Dakota Joel Cannon. Mohammed Saeed. Alan Santiago. Eduardo Garcia Suárez. Adam Young. Michael Ray Laney. Sunny Milliman. Alethea Rose St. Hilaire.